Hey! I never know how to start these videos, to be honest with you. I do a whole lot of, hey, how's it going? And what's up? And hello, friends, and all that stuff. What's going on? Millennium Mondays continue on Scale Model Addict! Yeah, Millennium Mondays. It's Monday night when I build the Identity Crisis Falcon, otherwise known as the NBC Ertl AMT Millennium Falcon. Han Solo's ride. Okay, we're doing this one totally pretty much like 99% scratch build. So we left off last week thinning down the edges of those, and this week we are going to do a little bit of building up and tearing down. Oh yeah, let's get on with it, eh? Alright, so right now we're going to take these 6 holes here. They're not holes yet, foreshadowing. They're going to become holes. I'm going to take the Dremel and there you go. We got 6 holes in that. Kind of like a cooking show, eh? Okay, I'm back and I don't even know where I left off. I've just got done running around the house looking for a solution, and I think I found one. Okay, what we're trying to do, there's an aftermarket set out for these rear vents. This is the actual resin piece that comes with it. Then there's some Photoetch grills. We'll talk about the grills after. These resin pieces, it's like it's an insert. Okay, and that goes right in there. I'd have to sand it just a little bit smoother, I think. Okay, and it gives you like an engine inside there. We want to try to do this on a shoestring budget. So the first thing is the actual guts of that. What are we going to build it with? And the problem is you need 6. And cars only have 4 tires. Otherwise, something like this would work. Right? We just put a backing. Once it's all dark and stuff, you know, it's going to work. I've got a Jeep set that has 5 of them. They'd work okay too. An old NASCAR kit that I salvaged that's got 4, and they're like ideal. Look at that. That would look killer. They're nice and big. But I don't have 6 of anything. Now, I almost talked myself into going with 3 of one, 3 of the other, or something. I don't know. I still don't quite have a solution for that, to be honest with you. Then the second thing is, what do we use to make like a little cup behind there? We could put a piece of styrene flat. Say if we were using this, or if you have something like that, you could just put a big piece of styrene over the back and set those in, because they're pretty shallow. Oh, I wish I had some more that looked like that. Arg. But I don't. Then I saw these little pill bottle things. These are like paint cup holder things. These could go in there, but they're kind of deep. But you could cut them kind of not so deep. Is that the word? Could maybe even use the cap somehow and get that to position in the right spot. Welcome to science fiction modeling. Fun. There's a good idea for the grills. Okay. Then I was looking through the stuff and I found some empty pill bottles. So this is for gout. Inside of these is that child-proof stuff. That looks like it might work. Maybe. And I do have 6 of them. This fits kind of snug as a bug inside there. The only problem is it's this darn soft plastic that it's not known to like CA very much. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try these. I'm going to try to glue one and see what we get. Okay, so what we get is kind of a whole lot of ugly and a little bit of, well, that kind of worked. I don't know. It's not the best. With enough CA and kicker, just about anything will stay put, right? Okay, I think I found a solution. I've got 4 of these from a 69 charger, and I found 2. This is from a charger as well, and it's a 69, but it's just a different kind. I don't know why I got so many chargers. But they're close, right? They're pretty close. Close enough for rock and roll. At this point, I can't be too fussy. They are a bit deeper in there than I'd care for them to be, so I think I'm going to try to raise them up a bit. Okay, we got some stuff to make it a little higher. 1/4 inch nuts. Whoop! Whoop! 1/4 inch nut in there, and then another nut drops this thing inside. So that's about that high. Should do the trick. There you have it. It's whatever. It's kit bashing, right? I'll just hit those with a little bit of primer. A little bit more tonight. I'm going to primer the inside of those with some Vallejo Black primer. And through my trusty Badger Patriot, that's what I'm going to shoot it with. Badger Patriot. I found a washer that is pretty much just a little bit bigger than those engine things. So I made a little mask. This way I won't cover everything with paint. The overspray I can just sand it off a little bit. So let's give this a whirl. What was I using? Vallejo Black primer. Okay, here's the kit part, the escape pod. It is smooth like a baby's bottom. What we want to do is give this some armor. There's a template available on Scale Model Addict in the reference section that looks something like this. You actually only need 1/4 of that template per escape pod, and it equivals. Oh, let's rewrite the English language. It equals 7 of each of the 2 shapes. Okay. I printed that. I kind of edited the file a bit for me here, and I printed it on sticky label stuff. So we're going to take one of those. Now we got to get rid of some of the tack. So if you got really hairy arms, maybe don't do this. But that'll get rid of some of the tackiness. Although it won't remove it from my life. Ha! Alright. Now I'm just going to do one. And I'll show you why. Well, I'll show you why, because I already got it done. So instead of trying to follow the circle, it's no sense. I tried it with a compass. I tried all kinds of stuff. And at the end of the day, it worked best just to stick it down and cut it out. So this is some 3mm that I got extra. I'm just going to stick that down and cut it out. And that's why we removed some of the tack before. Now we got this. Right, now I'm just taking a pencil and I'm going to roll that around the end of the pencil a bit. And it gives us a little bit of a curvature. And then what I did is I flooded this with Tamiya Thin and then set it on. Plunk! Alright. There we go. And you just keep going, A, B, A, B, A, B, all the way around. These little structural support things, I took mine off. So here you can see the final thing. This is not perfect. No, no, no. See that bottom one? I would say when you cut them out, err on the side of them of cutting it a little smaller than the template. Just a hair. Like either get it dead on or just a little bit smaller. At the end of the day, these should look alright under primer. But it's not perfect. Second one came out a bit better than the first. I don't know which is which anymore. I guess the better one's the second one. Wise guy. I'm going to add those other little pieces back on. They're right here. I just got to either make some new ones or whatever. Because the thickness of the armor changes these. There it is. Something like that. It's a quick mod. It took me about an hour to do both. Not perfect, not too bad. Alright, we're going to add some glue on there. Close enough. Oh shoot, look what I did. Okay, there are my very, very inexpensive engine things. You can get these, which they do look better, at StarShipModeler. This with the Photoetch is 45 bucks. And yes, it is sweet. There's no denying that. This is about free. Close anyways. This is the Photoetch from Falcon Kits. Now I ordered the other one not realizing that this had that. And this has PE. And I'm going to use it. And not everybody has it, so it's kind of not fair, but I've got it. I might as well use it, right? And that's what these are going to look like through there, except I'm going to weather the inside of those things. There's no denying that they look like tires, but whatever. Honey badger, don't. Where are we going next with this? I don't know. I'm not going to put on that PE right now. If you don't have that Photoetch, you can get generic mesh. This stuff would work too. You gotta cut it in a circle though. It's gonna be tricky. What else could you use? You could use screen off of a screen door. I was looking at these earlier. Those things. It gives you some mesh. It could work. If you use that, I think that's a 3/4 inch. A 3/4 inch washer. That would be the right diameter, and it would make a great kind of template to cut anything out with. I'm sure you can make it work. You just got to go slow, use a sharp blade. That's the most important part. So I think this about covers my Millennium Monday for today. And this is rambling, I know. I might edit all this out because I watch this part and I get bored myself. So anyways, I've already done the goodbyes, so we'll see you next week. Later. Hey, what's up? I'm Luke Perry. How are you? Luke Perry.